Welcome to Eva Bee's Jamboree. I'll be cooking with
Ukrania.
And we're going to be making traditional Ukraine potato pancakes with poached eggs for Orthodox Easter. Oh my God! How many of your fans are actually Ukrainian?
What would you say? 3?
Damien and I met a long time ago at a Ukrainian camp. That's how we met him. That's how we learned a lot of the Ukrainian songs.
We bonded through survival because these camps are very trying. You know?
Meanwhile, did you learn how to play instruments?
We used to take a boat out and go into the lake and be the floating minstrels.
We do mostly traditional stuff, our interpretations, I guess. A lot of this are really old songs that are just choir songs. And the Ukrania thing came from the Ukrainian brothers, which was Damien and I used to go and play people's weddings, dressed up as 2 old men with beards and pipes.
Didn't we have Moroccan robes for that?
We decided to try to play that music with Werbo and Martindale, and that's how the band kind of started.
What has been your response to non-Ukrainians?
Great, so far, eh?
People can dance to the music, so that's the kind of saving grace.
Nothing wrong with a good waltz. So.
No.
I think we need to throw a tango in there.
We should. We do have a tango.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any fond memories of Ukrainian Easter?
You starve yourself, I think, until noon or so, or whenever it wraps up. It's like 7 in the morning until noon.
Because up until Easter, it's customary to fast for 40 days. So you abstain from meat, dairy, eggs,
that's right,
alcohol. So Easter is all about celebrating the new bounty.
It feels kind of like a pagan ritual, because I mean, you have this woman lit on fire with her hair burning. You have, people fighting with eggs, and then...
And just a church full of, like, unhappy kids who were basically forced to be there.
We're going to celebrate our Easter bounty with some poached eggs on traditional potato pancakes.
This is going to be amazing.
Let's do this!
Yeah.
We got some new potatoes here and a gross old potato. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, that's probably what you would find in the cellar of any given Ukrainian house.
I'm going to peel this potato. And then, can you grate it?
I would love to grate it.
I'll watch.
We have some pre-grated potatoes up in her.
Okay.
And we've actually put it in some water and vinegar just to keep it white. So if you're ever like, why the heck did my potatoes turn brown? You can save them in this. So Yogi, you are going to strain it in this bowl. And squeeze out as much moisture as possible, please.
Deal.
So we're gonna do not the biggest hole, not the smallest hole, but the medium-sized hole. That's what she said.
Are we supposed to do this and smile?
If you'd like. And you want to drain the potatoes as much as possible because otherwise when you're frying it, it might fall apart. So we have our squished grated potatoes here. I'm going to put a couple cloves of crushed garlic, chopped, whatevs. You can either choose to grate a whole onion for these 4 potatoes that are grated, or chop them real fine. 1 egg, and a couple tablespoons of flour. Flour is important in this recipe because it absorbs the juiciness and holds everything together. I'm talking here.
Well, I'm doing this is my job.
Please tell the viewers what you're doing here because this is a great technique.
So you squish it and you kind of move this way. Some people even put salt on that, and then it really gets all,
I've never seen that done before.
Now I have some salty Dawn smoked pepper. I'm gonna put that in there for some extra deliciousness. I'm gonna put some sage in here because sage really accompanies potatoes really well. Now Yogi, you were saying you were making some potato pancakes earlier this week?
I was, yeah, and it's a real hit. You can buy enough potatoes to make potato pancakes for everybody.
Definitely.
Pennies a plate.
Yeah.
Pennies a plate, guys.
It's cheap, yeah, and it's great.
Some people are like, yo, how do you eat organic and local? You crazy. Dried rosemary in there too, because that's also a nice classic accompaniment to potatoes. Just putting a 1/4 teaspoon of each of those seasonings that I put in.
What did you guys do with the peels?
What peels?
The peels from the potato. Whenever I peel them, I always make chips out of the peels afterwards.
No
Well,
way.
that's because you're a genius, isn't it?
Put them in the oven with just a bit of oil and salt kind of thing, and just and then
At a high heat?
yeah, and then you got chips in your house. For
No way.
A couple days. Man,
Potato peels, high in fiber, high in iron. I'm gonna mix this up. And then we're gonna fry them. So for potato pancakes, you always want to have a plate with some paper towel on there to drain the excess moisture. And if you want, you can also preheat your oven to very low temperature, probably 200, and just keep the potato pancakes in there, especially if you're serving for a crowd, so that it's ready to go. So I'm just gonna butter this pan, about a tablespoon there. And Yogi, would you like to do the honors for explaining
I'm
how
happy to try to do it, yeah.
Let's make them English muffin size.
And then you kind of just make sure that you don't have any, I'm gonna make them nice and square, just because I'm really...
You're out of control now.
Am I doing okay, or am I screwing this up?
Well, they're not the same size, so that's a little confusing.
Yeah.
We have this on medium-high heat, so it can crisp nicely on the bottom. And I find that cast iron is really good for even distribution of heat. Please tell us more about washing cast iron.
I can't tell you anything about washing it, because you're not supposed to.
Technically, you can wash it, but you can't use a lot of soap, because that kind of ruins the natural non-stick nature of it. Okay, guys, we're ready to flip.
Yeah, you got skills.
Add skills. Oh! Now's about a good time to put your water on boil, and then you'll be able to simultaneously poach the eggs. Continue like so with the rest of your potato pancakes, and we will show you how to poach eggs. Have a pan like so, filled an inch deep, and we're going to put a couple tablespoons of vinegar in there, because that is the secret to making the egg that you throw in firmer. Another hint for poaching eggs is you crack one egg at a time in a bowl, and then you slip the egg in once this has come to a light rolling boil. I'm going to put some arugula into this melted butter here and saute it up. Now you might be thinking, Eva, why the F are you putting in all this arugula and it's a small pan? Well, it's going to cook down real nice. What are you looking for, my dear?
Well, I'm running into a minor problem.
You don't like that spatula?
I don't like it one bit.
It looks good though.
I know, it's nice.
Camera.
Well, I'll take this.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff.
Yeah, that's your friend.
That's my buddy, thank you.
Smell that arugula.
Peppery.
Arugula is almost done here.
Oh,
now,
he's switching shapes. Look at this. In the middle of the, like, that was a square, and now...
It used to be a square.
Whoa! Whoa! See how strong I am?
That caught me real off guard.
Put that right there.
The key to keeping greens green when you're cooking them is when it's at this bright green color, you stop cooking it. So we're gonna start poaching our eggs. We have some little bubbles starting at the bottom. They're just gonna break the surface, so this is an ideal temperature. So I'm gonna crack the egg in this bowl, and then we're gonna throw it in. Now, what's nice about this pan is that it's wide enough to accommodate 3 eggs for the 3 of us.
Aw, that's great.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Bloop.
What about those little Teflon poachers? You don't do those, right?
Oh no.
Yeah.
They scare me personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, because somewhere in there is a yolk.
The eggs have been cooking for about 3 to 5 minutes, so depending on how hard you like your egg yolk, that's how long it should be in there. 3 if you like it real runny. 5 if you want it pretty Wow! Thank you so much for making these dyed eggs.
It's my pleasure. I've always wanted to dye eggs for you and for this show particularly.
Yogi, can you tell me how you dyed these eggs?
Let me show you. We're gonna make these eggs. We're gonna dye these eggs. We're gonna take some of this. We're gonna put it in here, and then we're just gonna keep pouring. Then we're gonna put in a bunch of this dye, and more, and more. And then we're gonna put these eggs in it. So we're gonna take this egg, we're gonna put it right in there.
That was weird. Let's show everyone how we'll plate these suckers. So we got this Potato Pancake. And we have some Arugula, poached egg. I'm gonna put some yogurt. I mean, I know you guys love your sour cream, but I'm gonna just do a little healthier stint. Love those probiotics. Put some hot Hungarian paprika on there as a nice contrast garnish. And for a little kick. And some black truffle sea salt.
Whoa.
Holler. Nice garnish of dill. Voila!
Snappity-doo.
Snappity-doo. So before we dig into this beautiful brunch dish, we're gonna do something called knocking, which is a traditional Eastern Orthodox Christian fun game, and whoever's egg breaks first is out.
Are you attacking?
I'm going for it.
Oh!
Okay, now we flip it over and to the bottom. Oh.
You
But
win.
it's not gonna help you.
But then I get a second try,
Flip it
right?
around.
Oh.
What?
What do you think of that?
Is this made of wood?
No!
Thanks for joining us on Eva Bee's Jamboree, Ukrania.
Thanks for having us. That was fun.
Yeah.
Let's dig in.
It's also a Ukrainian tradition, the stabbing of the egg